but of the very foods you've been told to avoid are actually the ones your body needs most after 60. Not for weight loss, but for strength, memory, circulation, and staying out of the hospital. Let me tell you about Joanne. She's 66. For decades, she avoided anything with fat. No eggs, no avocado, definitely no cheese. She thought she was playing it safe. But the truth? She was tired all the time. Her joints ached. Her blood sugar was creeping up. Despite eating healthy, it wasn't until her daughter, a nurse, gently suggested something new, that she tried a few small swaps, and that's when things began to change. Not overnight, but within weeks, she felt steadier, clearer, stronger on her feet. And she didn't go on some strict plan. She just added real food back in. But the right ones, the ones with no sugar, no carbs, and real healing power. Now here's the thing, Joanne's story isn't rare. It's happening more and more because after 60, something shifts. The foods that once gave you energy now leave you tired. Foods that were once safe are quietly raising inflammation, blood pressure, and even hurting your memory. That's why in this video, I'll walk you through 8 powerful foods that have virtually zero sugar and no carbs, but are packed with what your body craves most right now. And I won't just list them. I'll explain how each one works, how it affects your heart, your brain, and your blood sugar, and how to start using them today in the simplest, most natural way. Plus one of them you might already have in your fridge and never knew what it could really do for you. Before we dive in, quick question. Is there a food you've avoided for years that you're wondering about now? Let me know in the comments. Your story might help someone else watching. All right, let's begin with a leafy green. That does way more than fill your plate. It actually protects your muscles and your memory. Backhand, index pointing. Right part 2, greens that heal, the power of leafy veggies. Let's start simple with something green, something light, something you've probably seen 1,000 times, but maybe never gave a second thought. I'm talking about spinach, kale, Swiss chard. Leafy greens that don't just decorate your plate, they protect it. 1 cup of raw spinach, it has less than 1 gram of carbs, almost no sugar, but it's loaded with vitamin A, C, and K. The trio your body quietly depends on to repair cells, build bones, and fight inflammation. You see, after 60, your immune system doesn't bounce back like it used to. Your arteries need more protection. Your joints, your muscles, even your brain, they all start asking for something deeper. That's where greens step in. They give you nutrients without spiking blood sugar. They support circulation, and they even help slow cellular aging naturally. Let me tell you about Margaret. She's 68, and for years she felt bloated, sluggish, and tired after lunch. She thought it was just aging. She even joked that her food was making her nap harder than her walks. But one visit changed everything. Her doctor gently suggested cutting back on bread and adding a big handful of spinach each day. That's it. So Margaret tried it. She swapped her ham sandwich for a spinach salad with boiled egg and olive oil. No harsh diets. No big rules. Just one change. 2 weeks later, she felt lighter. Her thinking clearer. Even her joint pain eased up. She told me I didn't really do much, just change what was on the plate. And that's the key. This isn't about eating less. It's about eating smarter. Now, I'm not saying leafy greens are a miracle, but they're one of the few foods on earth that give your body real fuel without taking anything away. Start with 1 cup. Raw or sauteed in olive oil for 5 minutes. Add it to dinner, or make it your lunch. And if you're someone who says, but I don't like salad, then don't make salad. Try a simple saute with garlic and lemon. Warm, comforting, and surprisingly filling. Let me ask you something. Have you added leafy greens to your routine yet? Or are they still sitting in the fridge untouched? Share your go-to method in the comments. Someone might learn from your plate. Because up next, we're looking at 2 vegetables you may have ignored that quietly help your body detox sugar before it becomes a problem. Backhand, index, pointing, right, part 3 from the garden to the gut, detox with cruciferous vegetables. Let's move a little deeper now, into the garden. Because sometimes the most powerful medicine doesn't come in a bottle. It grows in your backyard. I'm talking about broccoli and cauliflower. Now, I know they're not trendy. They're not colorful like berries or exotic like turmeric. But what they do inside your body, that's where the magic really happens. You see, both broccoli and cauliflower are non-starchy vegetables. That means they have virtually no sugar and almost no digestible carbs, which makes them perfect for seniors on a keto diet. Or anyone watching their blood sugar. But they're more than safe. They're actually healing, packed with fiber, the kind that slows digestion, and helps your body release sugar gradually instead. Of all at once. That's huge. Especially for seniors managing high blood pressure or dealing with low energy after meals. Because as we age, insulin doesn't work quite like it used to. You might notice your numbers creeping up or feel that energy crash by mid-morning. That's your body asking for help. Now here's where these veggies shine. They don't just lower carbs. They help your gut detox excess sugar before it spikes. Let me tell you about Harold. He's 72. Used to wake up feeling stiff, slow, tired. He blamed it on aging until his wife made a tiny change. 3 nights a week, she roasted broccoli and cauliflower with olive oil and sea salt. Simple. No meal plan, no apps, no measuring. But after a few weeks, Harold noticed something. He could get out of bed faster. His knees hurt less. And during his next checkup, his blood pressure dropped just a few points, but enough to make his doctor smile. He told me, "Doc, I didn't think food could do this. I thought I needed more pills." And I said, sometimes the body just needs the right rhythm, the right fuel. So here's your health path tip. Roast 1 cup of cruciferous veggies per day. Toss with garlic, a splash of olive oil, maybe a dash of lemon. Make it part of your dinner or lunch, or blend them into a light soup if chewing's tough. And don't worry if you didn't grow up with these on your plate. Start small. Your gut will thank you. Let me ask you, have broccoli or cauliflower made their way into your meals lately? Or are they still that thing you push aside on the plate? Drop your story in the comments. It might inspire someone else who's walking a similar path. Because next, we're heading from the garden to the sea to meet a rich, satisfying food with 0 carbs that protects your heart and keeps your brain sharp. Backhand, Index. Pointing. Right part forward, brain, bones, and blood sugar, the case for fish, eggs, and cheese. Now let's talk comfort food, but not the kind that leaves you bloated or tired. We're talking about food that's rich, satisfying, and still helps you think clearer, move easier, and stay independent. 3 foods, 0 sugar, and all 3 help your brain, bones, and blood sugar. Let's start with fish. Not just any fish, fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, or sardines. These aren't just tasty. They're packed with omega-3s, natural compounds your body uses to fight inflammation. Why does that matter for seniors? Because chronic inflammation is sneaky. It stiffens arteries. It clouds memory. And it drains your energy slowly without you realizing it. But omega-3s help reverse that. They support heart rhythm, reduce joint pain, and protect your brain from cognitive decline. A study from Harvard found that seniors with higher omega-3 levels had sharper thinking, stronger hearts, and slower memory loss. Let me tell you about Helen. She's 73. She started eating salmon just twice a week. Nothing fancy. Just a fillet with lemon and dill. Within 2 months, she noticed fewer senior moments and a calmer mood. Coincidence? Maybe. But her son said, "Mom, you just seem more you again." That's the power of food. Now, let's shift to something smaller, but just as mighty, eggs. For decades, eggs got a bad rap. People worried about cholesterol. But for seniors, especially those on a keto diet, or with blood pressure issues, eggs are almost perfect. 1 egg has less than 1 gram of carbs, no sugar, and it's packed with high-quality protein, choline, and lutein. Choline helps your brain cells talk to each other. Lutein protects your eyes, especially from macular degeneration. Let's talk about Claire. She's 63. Used to grab toast and jam for breakfast. By 10 a.m., she was foggy, shaky, and tired. Her doctor suggested something different. Now she has 2 boiled eggs and half an avocado each morning. Her energy is steadier. Her mind is clearer. And she doesn't miss the sugar crash one bit. Now, to complete the trio, let's talk about something a little controversial. Cheese. Cheese is rich. It's salty. And yes, it has fat. But it also has almost no sugar, very few carbs, and loads of protein and calcium. For seniors, especially those cutting back on snacks or sugary foods, cheese might just be a quiet hero. Let me introduce you to Harold's wife, Susan. She's 70. Used to snack on crackers, granola bars, even low-fat yogurt. But her sugar was creeping up and she didn't feel full. So she made a swap. Sliced cucumber, a few cubes of cheddar, and 5 olives. Simple. After a month, her cravings dropped. She felt more in control. And her weight stayed steady. Here's what we talk about at Health Path. It's not about restriction. It's about rhythm. It's about giving your body what it truly needs and removing what drains it. Fish, eggs, and cheese are nutrient-dense, affordable, and comforting in the best possible way. Now let me ask you, have you added any of these to your meals? How do you like your eggs? What's your favorite way to eat salmon or cheese? Share your routine in the comments. Someone else may be walking the same road as you. And coming up next, we'll dive into the one type of food that many seniors still avoid, that could actually help lower blood sugar naturally. Backhand, index, pointing. Right part 5, healthy fats that don't raise your sugar, avocado, olive oil, and seeds. Let's talk about fat. Not the kind you've been told to avoid. Not the kind that clogs your heart or adds to your waistline. I'm talking about the good kind, the fats that feed your brain, keep your blood sugar steady, and help you stay full longer without the crash. Let's start with avocados. For years, they were misunderstood. Too rich, too fatty, too fattening. But here's the truth. Avocados are high in monounsaturated fats, the heart-protecting kind. They contain almost zero sugar and very few net carbs, thanks to all the fiber. That fiber slows digestion. It helps you feel satisfied. And it keeps your insulin steady, even after a full meal. Let me tell you about Joanne. She's 66. For most of her life, she avoided avocado. She thought it was a luxury food, or worse, a guilty pleasure. But after her nutritionist walked her through the science, she added half an avocado to her lunch every day. That's it. No shakes. No pills. No gimmicks. Within a few weeks, she noticed she didn't need an afternoon snack. Her cravings dropped. Her HDL, the good cholesterol, went up, and her LDL, the not-so-good kind, came down. Her doctor? Impressed. Joanne? Empowered. Now let's move to something even simpler, olive oil. It's not a snack. You don't chew it, but it works quietly behind the scenes. Olive oil is packed with monounsaturated fats and a compound called oleocanthal, which scientists now compare to natural ibuprofen. According to the American College of Cardiology, regular intake of olive oil is linked to a lower risk of stroke and cognitive decline, especially in older adults. You don't need to drink it straight. Just drizzle it on your broccoli, saute your greens in it, or add a spoonful to your eggs. Let me give you an example. Eleanor, 71, swapped her margarine for olive oil. Nothing else. She used it on her veggies, her salads even. A teaspoon in the pan each morning. After a few weeks, she told me, I don't feel swollen anymore. My hands move easier. And my doctor said my blood pressure is better. So sometimes the smallest shift makes the biggest difference. And finally, seeds and nuts. Nature's travel-size snack. Almonds, walnuts, chia seeds, pumpkin seeds, these are low in carbs and sugar, but high in magnesium, protein, and healthy fats. That means they stabilize energy, support your nervous system, and reduce that silent inflammation that causes fatigue. Tony, 70, used to grab oatmeal cookies every afternoon. By 5 p.m., he was crashing, so he switched to a handful of almonds and sometimes a cup of chia pudding soaked overnight. The result? No more naps, no more fog, and fewer leg cramps at night thanks to the magnesium. Let me ask you, have you tried swapping out your snacks for healthy fats? Do you keep almonds in your bag or avocado in your salad? Share your tip in the comments. It might be just what someone else needs to hear today. Because next, we'll explore one final food that's been misunderstood for decades. It's creamy, savory, and for seniors, it might actually be one of the smartest things you can eat. Backhand, index, pointing. Right part 6, the rhythm of eating well after 60, cheese and the power of consistency. Let's take a breath and step back for a moment. You've made it to the end of this journey, but in many ways, this is just the beginning. We didn't talk about diets or restrictions or counting every gram. We talked about rhythm and respect for your body right where it is today. Let's quickly recap what we learned. Green circle leafy greens like spinach and kale. Support bones, memory, and steady energy. Broccoli and cauliflower help detox sugar and support gut health. Fish Fatty fish protect your heart and sharpen your mind. Cooking eggs and cheese fuel your body without raising sugar. Avocados, olive oil, and seeds keep you full, reduce inflammation, and balance your blood pressure. Each one is low in sugar, low in carbs, but full of what you truly need after 60. And the best part? You don't need to do it all at once. This is your rhythm, not mine, not your neighbor's, yours. Even one small change, one smart swap can lead to a better night's sleep, clearer thinking, and less pain when you stand up in the morning. So here's a little challenge, not a hard one, just something gentle. As backhand index pointing, right? Hashtag held past 7 days. Try one food swap a day for 7 days. 1 leafy green, 1 handful of almonds, 1 tablespoon of olive oil. That's it. And if you're feeling bold, tag someone you love. Ask them to do it with you, because small changes stick better when we're not doing it alone. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of the 8 foods are you most excited to add? Have you already made one of these swaps? What worked? What didn't? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Even just one sentence might help someone else feel less alone. And before you go, here's a sneak peek of what's next. In the upcoming video, we'll talk about one common food mistake that many seniors are still making, even when they think they're eating healthy. It's sneaky, it's silent, and it might be undoing all your progress without you knowing it. So don't miss it. Click subscribe if you haven't already. This path to health, we walk it together. I'm Dr. Mark. Thank you for trusting me to be part of your health path today. See you in the next video.